I'm Melanie Boutin, and I am a second grade teacher at Lawton Childs Elementary. The SITE program gives you an opportunity to use your bachelor's degree in any other field and go ahead and pursue your master's degree in education as well. Prior to becoming a teacher, I was an accountant, and I'd actually been working for the prior 15 years as an office manager in a pediatrics office. When we moved to Gainesville, I couldn't find a job in pediatrics, and I was working in a physical therapy office. I was looking for any excuse to be in the school with my daughter at the time, so I would beg for days off and come in and tutor children here at Childs. And one day, Shelley Warm, who was with the SITE program, approached me and said, "Have you ever thought about pursuing teaching as a career?" And I basically laughed at her, and at the time, I'm too old, there's nothing, I can't do this, it's too late for me. So no, that's not a possibility. And every time she'd see me, she'd kind of give that little smile and say, "You haven't changed your mind, have you?" And one day, a miserable day in my other job, I approached my husband and said, "Would it be crazy?" And the wonderful guy that he is said, "No, you know what? Go ahead, go for it. If this is your dream, you can do it." And so I approached Shelley and decided to take the GRE and studied for it, passed it, and decided to take the plunge. For me, that's what makes the SITE program the best program for teacher education, is that opportunity to be with a seasoned teacher, a teacher who's been there, who's been in the trenches, and you can actually observe them, reflect with them, and learn from them every day, daily. What is so great about the SITE program is that you start pre-planning week. So you're there with that teacher. You get to see everything they do to set up the classroom. You get to see the mundane. You get to see the ordinary. You get to see how those fabulous looking classrooms come together and how much work goes into and how much thought goes into each and every placement of your library. For example, I place a great deal of value on setting up my library to make it be homey and inviting, because my mentor teacher, that's what she did. When I set up my first classroom, I literally set up my classroom exactly like she did because I was comfortable that. And if I hadn't seen her set it up that first week and work directly with her, I would have been sitting there not knowing what to do. I know that in many teacher programs, teachers don't really go in the classroom right away. They start out with the book knowledge, and then they'll do a 6-week stretch, and then they'll go back. I believe, after now teaching for several years, that what allowed me to be successful quicker was the fact that I actually got in every day and did what I was learning in class. At the time that I was in SITE, just about every day, every night, we would have class. But things you would learn in class, the very next day you would be able to apply them. You would be able to go to class after you had just worked with a child who was struggling in reading, share what you were seeing in the classroom with your classmates, and then brainstorm together what were the issues and how to address them. So the opportunity to actually take what you were learning in your head and apply it with your hands and then reflect on it was, I believe, the only way that you can educate a teacher. I would recommend the SITE program for anyone who has a passion for our educational system and would like to work with kids. It's the best decision I made in my life, the hardest decision I've made in my life. I will never make the kind of money I made in my prior career, but there's so much more than that. The rewards that you get and the fact that each and every day you have the chance to impact and change a child's life or a family's life is huge. And I think the SITE program, what it does is it gives you the opportunity to learn from people who actually are there right now and living what you want to do, and they'll teach you how you can best reach these children.